Welcome back to Briggs on Books, our international talk show where we talk to authors from all over the world. Today we just talked to somebody from Cheshire, United Kingdom, and I think we're going to go next to the other end of the United States from where I am on the West Coast to the East Coast. Katelyn Marie Peterson, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Are you on the East Coast? Where are you?
East Coast, yes.
Connecticut.
Yeah, not too far. Maybe a 2-hour drive to New York, New Jersey.
And are you near the ocean?
Yes and no. I mean, it's not. It would probably be an hour and a half drive. Like if we wanted to go to the beach, the ocean. Yeah.
So you're a couple of hours from everywhere. Fun.
Yes. Yeah.
Very good. Now, by the way, here's the cover of your book. I should start with that. Your latest book, I should say.
Yes. Yeah.
Led by her heart.
Yes.
Now, you've had several books published. Is that correct?
I've had 2 other books published. Yeah, the first one is a family drama romance that was published, California Betrayal. That was published in 2021. And my second book was published in 2022, and that's Cold Sweat. It's a paranormal romance with mystery and suspense.
Nice. And you're cranking out about one a year, is that right?
In fact, you know what? That's the dream. That's the goal, and that's how it's worked out so far. So hope to keep that going.
From the first one to the second one, did the second one go smoother?
Yeah, definitely. The first book actually took me 6 years to complete because I was writing in between taking care of my oldest son, who at the time was just a baby. So, trying to take care of him, taking care of myself, on very little sleep, and then writing. Yeah. The second book was definitely a lot easier, better process. Now,
you're really a journalist. Is that correct?
Yes, I do have a degree in journalism from Southern Connecticut State. And I graduated in 2013, and I did a lot of freelance pieces after I graduated, but I was never able to find a full-time or even part-time job in the field, and that's when I decided, I really wanted to go back to my first love, creative writing.
That's great.
And that's when I started.
That's great. Now, what can you tell us about the book, Led by Her Heart, without giving any spoilers or anything?
So Led by Her Heart follows Lynn Callahan, a single mom with her own party planning business, who one day receives a phone call from her son's principal saying that her ex-husband, Drew, never came to pick up their 7-year-old son, Danny, from school. Right away, Lynn knows something is wrong. Nothing means more to Drew than Danny. So she picks Danny up, drops him off with her best friend, Melanie, and goes straight to his apartment. She sees that his car is missing from the parking lot, but his phone is on the floor inside his apartment, and there are 2 empty pill bottles on his bedroom nightstand. To an untrained eye, it would appear as though he had relapsed after 8 clean years. And sure enough, that's exactly what the police believe, but Lynn knows better. So she decides to take matters into her own hands by hiring a private investigator, Jake Connolly, to take the case. And throughout the investigation, Lynn struggles to fight her growing attraction to Jake, while, at least until Drew is found. But the questions throughout the book remain. Who took Drew? Why? And will he be found alive?
Now, is this private investigator a handsome fellow?
Yeah, he's handsome, charming, and, Lynn isn't just attracted to him, though. She finds herself brought into the whole life, the mystery and intrigue of private investigation. And that, is something that she ends up wanting to pursue herself. No spoilers, that you'll see that on the back cover of the book. But
now, by the way, we have your web address on the screen, katelynswriting.com. What would our viewers find there?
So in addition to my author bio and links to my social media, viewers will find a synopsis and excerpt of each of my books, as well as links to purchase them.
Oh, good. Click. If I could ever buy them directly from the author, I always like that. So.
Yeah.
And we also have your Instagram up there. I urge our viewers to go look at those web pages and Instagram. Now, who's going to read this book?
I would say women ages 30 and over, really anybody who likes romance stories with, mystery, suspense, and plot twists, because that's something I always enjoy as a reader.
I was getting on a plane and I needed a book, and I grabbed a book at the airport and read it. And I read it. There's 3 or 4 in a series. And I did not realize I was reading a romance novel because I never read that. But I thought, what an intriguing story they're telling. So I got a little. So men could read romance novels too.
Yeah, exactly. Anybody who enjoys that, yeah.
Yeah. Now, what I like to do, I want to give this tip to our viewers. Go order Katelyn's book, but don't order one. Just click 3 or 4 times, order a couple of them, and give them away. It's the best gift. Whenever I have to go to somebody's house, I always take a host gift, and I take a book. So, and also when I'm reading a book, I like to give them out, and we're all reading the same book at the same time. So, go do that. That's my advice. So, now, Katelyn, what's next?
So, Led by Her Heart is going to be part of a trilogy. So right now I'm working on the second book, and that's called Led by His Past. So it's going to pick up right from where the first book leaves off, and it'll be told through Jake's perspective. Yeah.
Let me just about your process. We have a majority of our viewers are people hoping to be authors. They're writing and writing and writing, and they can never finish. But regarding your book cover, there's 2 good-looking people on there. How does that book cover come about?
You know what? I have to give all the credit to my publisher, TWB Press. They do a great job with the cover art, and honestly, with all of my books, I'm just always so pleased. So he's the brains behind that.
That's great. That's great. I mean, looking at the cover, it makes you want to read the book. I want to know about those people.
Yes, yeah, that actually was my favorite cover out of all of them. I mean, he did a great job with all 3, but that, to me, like, when I saw that, I was so pleased.
Now, tell us about your process. You sit down and write every day? Are you real disciplined, or you write on a schedule?
I try to, write every day, and usually it's while my kids are at school. I try to do like an hour, 2 hours, in between doing everything else at home. And then at night, my husband, he's great. He'll watch anime with the kids in the living room, and I'll just write for another 2 hours or so. But yeah, I'm kind of an anal retentive person. I like to be organized. I like to know. So I do plan out the books ahead of time.
Ah, nice. Do you use spreadsheets?
No, I do. I'll create a checklist. I'll plan things out either in a notebook, because I really do like the feel of writing pen to paper.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed anymore.
Yeah, I do. I like to have like a good beginning, middle, and end all planned out, so I know where I'm going with it.
And the twist, you put a twist in there somewhere.
Yes, I do. Sometimes I even like to add like maybe 1 or 2. An author that I'm really enjoying right now, and so I aspire to be like her eventually, Sandra Brown. I absolutely love her books. I'm reading one right now, and I just finished one of hers recently, Best Kept Secrets. And what I love about her is that just when you think you've gotten it figured it out, there's twist after twist.
Twist after twist. Well, it sounds very exciting. All of your books. So this is the 3rd, and
yes,
it's the first of a trilogy, so there'll be 2 more.
Yes, yeah.
And do you have those sketched out already? All 3 of them?
I have the second book planned out, yep. The 3rd book, I mean, I have a general idea of where I want to go with it, but I don't have it as planned out.
Very fun. Katelyn, we're way past time, but you're fascinating, so I love talking to you. Any last thoughts for our viewers?
Yeah, I would say to aspiring authors out there, who are looking to get published, just keep reaching out to agents and publishers, because someone will take interest in what you have to offer.
Very good. And you did it. 3 books. And 2 more coming.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katelyn, for letting us talk to you. What time is it there, by the way? We're at about 11:45 here, 46.
It is about 2:45.
3 hour difference. So, alrighty.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm going to read the book, so maybe we'll have you back on after I read the books.
Thanks so much.
All right, and for our viewers, stick around. We have another author coming up right after this.